What's up, everybody? This is Sunko, the Korean bro, and today is 2022, May 16. Tonight, I'm doing YouTube live really late uh, because I just met my girlfriend and I had to spend some time together. Okay, let's see what we have. It's now 11:44 at night. We got no time, but I felt like I really wanted to do YouTube live, so here I am. So let's see. What kind of articles do we have? Hmm. Last night I tried to do YouTube live, but like I was so tired and I got no energy, so I did for 20 minutes and then I stopped doing it. But tonight, I feel like I gotta do what I gotta do, so go to Yahoo Finance. Last night, I could see big upward trend on Upstart Holdings, like 31% up by this company, and tonight we got only a 0.2%. Hmm. If you look at the chart of uh, Upstart Holdings, you will see a sudden upward trend last night, but still, it's now like not all time low because we had upward trend last night, but we had a really upward trend. Hmm. Three most shortage stocks to buy that have bottomed. Hmm. Okay, has stock market bottomed yet? Stock resumes declines after China data disappoints. Web Bush upgrades Netflix position to grow. Netflix stock pops after Web Bush upgrade shares. Elon Musk trying to renegotiate a lower price for Twitter analyst. Morgan Stanley's Wilson sees S&P 500 lose losses after bear rally. Warren Buffett spends big as stock market sell-off. Carvana issued a new operating plan. The stock is rallying. GameStop names new chief operating officer. Hmm. Dow sleeps Spirit Airlines popping, and what else is happening in the stock market today? Stock market bottom or bull trap. The wake off method reveals insights. Gloomy Goldman offers 20 safety stocks with valuations below the previous two bear markets. Now is a pretty good time to buy Tesla stock. Hmm. Mm, 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 mm. Something is not so good tonight because even internet is so slow. When your neighbor asks, has the stock market bottom yet? So I'm carrying my inflationary bag of groceries up the stairs on Sunday, trying to decompress for at least 7 minutes when I suddenly hear a neighbor call out, "Hey Susie, saw you on TV again. Has stock market bottomed yet?" My first thought, I just can't escape this shit even for 7 minutes. I'm used to getting questions like this from a core group of neighbors. This is partially because this particular person noticed while flipping through rice and fish that I was doing live TV out of my kitchen during the COVID-19 pandemic. I concocted a quick reply in my head, then shouted back, "No idea, bro, but I do know the stock market would open for business on Monday morning. Let me know when the co-op BBQ is happening." After the exchange, I walked into my place, unpacked those inflationary groceries, and began writing this lovely newsletter for my investing masses. My response to my neighbor was smart in that hucksters on the Wall Street beat will be out in force, trying to call a bottom for the bruised and battered stock market. Even though folks have no clue either, since they're looking at the same market trends and data that you generally have access to. All this is to say that you want to be very, very careful what bottom calls, given that market conditions will remain treacherous likely until the Federal Reserve signals a pause in rate hikes. Hmm. Positioned to grow amid Ozark Stranger Things debuts, Webbush upgraded Netflix from neutral to outperform, reiterating its price target of $280 a share. The new note published on Monday, analysts Michael Pocha, Alicia Rizzi, and Jana Jubia wrote that the streaming company is positioned to grow, citing the staggered releases of Ozark and Stranger Things. We think that Netflix is positioned to exceed its guidance for a quarter second, particularly because of the staggered release date of Fort Ozark. While it is possible that the company will once again issue downbeat guidance for quarter three, we think that the staggered release date for Stranger Things will reduce churn. And once again, we think that Netflix is positioned to grow, the note read. The analyst went on to say that they do not expect rapid changes at the company, explaining that the streamer will only gradually raise prices and roll out its ad-supported option. Netflix's upcoming ad supported offering, in addition to its crackdown on password sharing, should help address its oversaturation problem in North America, with great potential to drive significant revenue. Hmm. Wabush estimated that an ad-supported model could generate as much as $10 per month per subscriber in ad revenues. On balance, we think that ad-supported subscription is a good idea, particularly as a disincentive to churn problem. How long it would take 10 crush stocks like Netflix to rebound. Hmm. Switzerland's central bank scooped up Apple, AMC, Tesla, and Rivian stock. Hmm. Stock slips to start the week. Stock market bottom or bull trap. Hmm. Netflix stock is beaten up. Teaching binge watching made this analyst upbeat. Boeing scores an incomplete on test report says tech stocks have fallen hot. What could make them drop even more? Analyst says Rivian making progress but crabbily lags. Is Rivian stock a buy or sell as Ford unloads another 7 million shares? The 10-year treasury it may have picked. It makes stock look better. Morgan Stanley says these three stocks could surge over 60% from current levels. Walmart, Moderna, Target, Deere, Home Depot, and other stocks for investors to watch this week. These are the 5 best stocks to buy and watch now. Netflix needs to move beyond binge watching as an upgrade. These are the best Robinhood stocks to buy or watch now. SoFi stock spikes. Market may be over discounting growth potential. More upside potential exists for this market. Tesla Shanghai plant isn't at full production. Here's when things get back to normal. The fund rarely rebalances, but it's clobbering the market. Retail sales, warmer earnings, more fast speak. What to know this week? Stock market mauled by a bear market sees Goldman Sachs cut forecasts. Warren Buffett spends biggest stock market sales off. Carvana issued a new operating plan. The stock is rallying. Diamondback Energy agrees to buy Rattler Midstream for $2.2 billion. If you like roller coaster rides, you've gotta love the Russell 2000 Wix revenue guidance misses Wall Street estimates. The stock falls. JetBlue launches hostile takeover bid for Spirit Airlines. Ethereum co-founder says every average smallholder impacted by Terra stablecoin crash should be made whole. McDonald's is selling its Russian operation. Stock is barely budging. Why the world's largest company is a second-class stock? Goldman Sachs calculates worst-case recession forecast as investor don't auction crypto. McDonald's exit from Russia puts growth plans in disarray, analyst says. Gloomy Goldman offers 20 safety stocks with valuations below the previous two bear markets. Rebalancing during this pullback is a great idea. Ask your financial advisor that these 6 questions before reacting to stock market volatility. FBI arrests NY crypto platform CEO for alleged fraud. Vodafone shares add job after UA stake buy provide support. Mantic stocks origin used for use of sale to Carly Group. Walmart's earnings are coming. Bitcoin off its worst lows but still struggling. Patent Nordic track maker if a settled all litigation. Take one on take two ahead of earnings. SoFi technology is primed for a rebound. It might not be time to buy the deep. This expert sees stocks falling even lower. Hmm. Okay, there you go. Let's see. What articles do we have? How long it will take 10 crushed stocks like Netflix to rebound? Uh, okay. Waiting for Netflix and other fallen S&P 500 stocks to bounce back from their epic crashes. Hope you have a big bag of popcorn and lots of time to wait, like 4 years. It could take up to 5 years for some of the S&P 500 biggest implosions, including Netflix, PayPal, and Penn National Gaming, to bounce back to their highs, says an Investor Business Daily analysis of data from S&P Global Market Intelligence and Market Smith. That's if the stock gain at the same pace they did in the 5 years from 2017 through 2021. To be sure, this analysis is just an estimate. It's possible some of these battered S&P 500 stocks will turn on the jets and rally even faster than they did before. It's equally likely they might stall or fall further, but it's an estimate based on stock-specific data rooted in years of recent market history. Following the S&P 500's epic decline this year, it's only natural for investors to wonder how long they might wait for a recovery. And of course, savvy growth stock investors know to wait until there's a confirmed uptrend. The usual suspects of a slowing economy, a hawkish Federal Reserve Bank, a supply chain worries, war in Europe, and now another China shutdown have all combined to make this one of the worst starts to a year ever for both stocks and bonds, says Ryan Datrick of LP Financial. Waiting for Netflix's S&P 500 recovery, Netflix crash is one of the year's big S&P 500 surprises. Shares are down more than 73%. Mm. We got PayPal Holdings. So here, basically, here it says author says it could possibly take 4 or 5 years to get to where it was. Mm. Would you be willing to wait for 4 years? Um, that's a question that he asked. Switzerland's central bank scooped up Apple, AMC, Tesla, and Rivian stock. The central bank of Switzerland increased positions in some of its largest U.S. traded bank bought stock of iPhone Maker. The tech stocks have fallen hard. What could make them drop even more? Tech stocks have fallen hard. Tumbling tech stock valuations have consequences. The sell-off is pushing management teams to rethink their old ways of chasing growth. What profligate spending. The new round of bait tightening threatens to cascade into a bigger problem, a slowdown in enterprise technology spending, along with a rapidly fading global economy. Morgan Stanley says these three stocks could surge over 60% from current levels. C-bond investors facing a confusing environment with long and short-term signals sending different messages. Inflation remains stubbornly high, above an 8% annualized rate. And the Federal Reserve has made it clear that additional interest rate hikes are in the offing. Inflation remains stubbornly high, above an 8% annualized rate. And the Federal Reserve has made it clear that additional interest rate hikes are in the offing. Stocks are well off their highs, and despite last Friday's gains, the S&P 500 and Nasdaq posted their sixth consecutive weekly loss. But there are positive too. The first quarter 22nd earnings season gave an upbeat vibe, as more than three quarters of the S&P listed companies reported positive earnings surprise. However, while corporate earnings are up for now, the Purchasing Managers Index, a measure of inflation from the production side, is running at 11%, suggesting a higher rate of consumer inflation later in the year. So, how do you find the next hot stock to buy in this environment? One way might be to screen for stocks that have been endorsed by analysts and major investment banks in particular, such as Wall Street banking giant Morgan Stanley. Hmm. Firm stock analysts are showing their upbeat outlook by selecting the stocks they see as winners for the upcoming year. Winners with substantial upside on the order of 60% or better. Using the T Ranks database, we've looked up three of these Morgan Stanley picks to see what makes them stand out. We'll start in the healthcare industry with Cbon, a medical tech and device company. Cbon works in the field of sacral joint plan and diagnosis or the treatment of lower back problems where the spine connects to the pelvis. Mm. And we got Palo Alto Networks. The next up on Morgan Stanley's radar is Palo Alto Networks, a leader in the digital world security segment. Okay. The company offers its customers protection from malware attacks through state-of-the-art network firewall technology. Palo Alto's product line allows customers to automate their online and network security operations to secure cloud activities and applications, and even to home and small business networks with enterprise-grade security. Given the increasing importance of online security, both generally and specifically in today's work environment of increased remote and home office activity, it should come as no surprise that Palo Alto's revenues and earnings are both up. At the top line, the company has seen increasing revenue numbers for the last 2 years. The company has seen increasing revenue numbers for the last 2 years. The most recent report for fiscal second quarter 2022 showed 30% year-over-year revenue growth to $1.3 billion. Hmm. All of this adds up in the view of Morgan Stanley's Hamza Fatwala to a solid prospect for investors. ZoomInfo Technology. We'll wrap up with another tech firm, ZoomInfo. This company offers range of B2B services through a cloud-based platform. They include sales and marketing, prospecting, demand generation, account management, data management, and custom data solutions. The company's platform gives both marketers and sellers the tools they need for a comprehensive view of their business landscape to shorten sales cycles, increase win rates. ZooInfo already holds a strong position in the shape, but has not prevented it from taking steps to expand its footprint. ZooInfo Technologies. Already holds a strong position in this share, but it has not prevented it from taking steps to expand its footprint. That it had acquired the digital marketing and branding platform comparably, combining that company's platform with ZoomInfo's existing Talent OS. ZoomInfo do not disclose financial terms of the acquisition, which is expected to show a positive impact on the firm's full year 2022 results. On the same day as the comparably announcement, ZoomInfo released its results for first quarter 22. The company posted revenue of 241.7 million dollars, up an impressive 58% year over year. Hmm. These are the five best stocks to buy and watch now. Okay, what is it? Ah, come on. More upside potential exists for this market. All the major indexes saw Warren Buffett spends big as stock market sells off. Which revenue guidance misses Wall Street estimate the stock falls. Wix.com was falling in pre-market trading Monday after the website design and development company reported a wider loss for the first quarter. It issued revenue guidance for the second quarter that was lower than Wall Street expected. Shares of Wix fell 10.8% in pre-market trading on Monday to $63.50. Coming into Monday trading, the stock has fallen 55% year to date. Mantech stock surges in news of sales to Carly Group. Stock in Mantech International took off after the government IT and cybersecurity contractor said it agreed to be acquired by Cali Group in a deal that values it at $4.2 billion. The stock soared 11% to $90.98 billion in pre-market trading on Monday. Warren Buffett spent his biggest stock market sales off. Okay, on your view membership options, Carvana issued a new operating plan. The stock is rallying. Carvana shares were rising Monday as investors reacted to the used car platform's new operating plan, which aims to grow sales and profits while rapidly reducing expenses. The short-term Carvana expects sequential reduction in selling, general, and administrative expenses per retail until sold throughout the year, with a fourth quarter goal of $4,000 per retail unit. In fiscal year 2021, the SG&A per unit was a little over $4,700. New chief operating officer GameStop, the video game retailer, named a new chief operating officer Monday. Neeta Patel will take up the role of operating chief starting May 31st, replacing Jenna Owens, the former chief operating officer who left the company October, just 7 months after being appointed. Hmm. Gloomy Goldman Sachs offers 20 safety stocks with valuations below uh, the previous two bear markets. Hmm. Volatile times are when app V shines the brightest. In Ukraine, international scenario darkens for Russia. EU cuts forecast for economic growth as walls for our widens. Uh, Keen blast pandemic response as North Korean outbreak surges. Why investors suddenly love these two software stocks? Stock market. Why investors suddenly love these two software stocks? Here's how low the S&P 500 can go. Cloudflare struggling but with great opportunities. Mm. WD-40 stocks ready to coil like a pea stone. The three most awkward stocks you can buy now. Corning stock is a technology value play. Recession fears mount after weak manufacturing data. A rock solid dividend means investors don't need much growth to get a generous total return. In the interest of full disclosure, I did it again. Or what's more accurate to say is I didn't do it again. For yet another quarter, I talked myself out of pulling the trigger on AppV before its ex-dividend date in April. That means I missed out again on getting a piece of a reliable growing dividend. Now, some people would say it's a good thing I didn't because about 2 weeks after AbbVie stock went ex-dividend, the company reported its first quarter 2022 earnings and sufficed it to say the market didn't like it. Or maybe they did, but they felt there was just enough bad in it to justify knocking 6% off the company's share price. Dealing with Humira patent expiration, investors get a chance to double deep. Don't make my mistake. One reason that I stayed on the sidelines while I stock was that at around $100, $170 a share, it was hard to see much growth. But now that the stock has pulled back, investors getting a chance to buy a V stock at a more attractive price. The company doesn't report earnings until the end of July, so probably won't be as much news until then. Why did Squarespace stock go up? Lately, it's been hard to be a software investor. Year to date, the S&P GSTI software index is down 30%, slightly worse than the broader technology sector. Enterprise app development system, infrastructure, and productivity software companies have seen billions of dollars shaved from their valuations. Thankfully, there's light at the end of the tunnel. According to Statista, the global software industry will grow around 6% annually over the next 5 years and top $800 billion by 2027. The growth will be largely driven by the digital transformation unfolding worldwide as business look. mm, Last week, a pair of downtrodden software names with good long-term growth prospects flash signs of life. Why did Squarespace stock go up? Okay, Squarespace. What is Squarespace? Post a beat and raise quarter that got the market buzzing about a potential turning point for a stock that had plunged 70% since last year's IPO. Adding to some bullish sentiment was the company's announcement of a $200 million share buyback program, which implies the management feels it's undervalued. A strong demand for website building e-commerce tools drove customers to Squarespace's all-in-one platform and generated a record $208 million in shares. Post a beat and raised quarter that got the market buzzing about a potential turning point for a stock that had plunged 70% since last year's IPO. Adding to the persistent bullish sentiment was the company's announcement of a $200 million share buyback program, which implies the management feels it's undervalued. The top line was beat consensus by about $4 million and showed that interest among small businesses and entrepreneurs for web subscriptions remains robust. Some 2 years since the start of the pandemic, number of unique Squarespace subscriptions climbed 10% to $4.2 million. Squarespace. What the heck is Squarespace? New website today. Hmm. Management raised its full-year revenue guidance to $873 million at midpoint, anticipation of ongoing demand for its services. Squarespace faces plenty of competition in this space, with the likes of Wix and GoDaddy considered established brands. However, there appears to be room for multiple winners in an industry that has quickly taken off alongside the online shopping boom. Squarespace's user-friendly templates and drag-and-drop features resonate well with people that want to create their own online presence but lack formal web design training. The stock is also starting to resonate with investors. Hmm. Will app loving stock keep going up? Well, did Squarespace stock go up? Squarespace, Squarespace. Will app loving stock keep going up? The debut in the public market shortly before Squarespace, and also saw its share price slip below IPO pricing. A pivot may have occurred after the company's first quarter update. Yeah, it wasn't the financial figure that piqued the market's interest. In fact, management lowered its 2022 revenue outlook. In a letter to shareholders, the app monetization specialist said it considering the sale of its app business. App Loving Max, which helps developers of all shapes and sizes uses in-app bidding to maximize revenue, has grown into a popular solution worldwide. App Loving Corporation. Hmm. Meantime, Wall Street becoming increasingly bullish on App Loving Corporation. Upgrade from neutral to bad last week, becoming the latest to predict a turnaround. This month alone, a perfect 7 of 7 analysts have issued buy ratings, including Credit Suisse, which sees the stock returning to $100. Cloudflare is struggling, but with great opportunities. Positive fundamentals. Like most IT stocks, has been hit hard by a number of macroeconomic challenges. The challenges include a high interest rate, soaring inflation, slowing global growth, and other headwinds. But the story doesn't just end here with Cloudflare. The company has also yet to turn a dollar of free cash flow for investors despite trading at a P/S ratio of 28.77. Cloudflare's problem, which mirrors that of its peers, is that tech stocks offer investors the chance of high and radically speculated returns in the future. The proposition falls apart when investors severely reduce their risk appetites. The tech stocks soared above their logical valuations post stimulus and have since returned to earth again. Cloudflare experienced a minus 47% loss year to date and is currently trading at 52.71% below the market beat consensus price target. It's positive fundamentals. Cloudflare's weakness is lack of profitability. The three most upgraded stocks you can buy now. These are the stocks that analysts are most interested in. Airbnb, EOG Resource, a well-positioned play on energy. Occidental Petroleum gets upgraded. Okay, tonight this is it. Because it's getting really late. And it's now already past 12 night. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy? Happy is today Wednesday? Okay. Today is Wednesday. Okay. Happy Wednesday. Not Wednesday. Happy Tuesday. Bye bye.